if you're new, let us continue. We are reading from the book of Esther. Now there was in the citadel of Susa a Jew of the tribe of Benjamin, Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, who had been carried into exile from Jerusalem by Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. Among those taken captive were Joachim, had a cousin named Hadassah. Oh, wonderful. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. I am very pleased this wonderful day. And I always tell people, let us meet while reading the Bible. I want us to read the scripture. Okay? Yes, I want us to read the scripture. It should be a meeting point. You know, so many people around the world. I can give you quick mathematics. How many people need Jesus? You know, in India, more than 2 billion Indians need Jesus. Everybody needs Jesus. You know, and it is our business to take Jesus around the world. And I was telling somebody, you know, Jesus, you know, anything that has to do with Jesus, there's always money for Jesus. You know, there's always, you know, if you're willing to take the gospel around the world, you know, it is very possible. And it is my dream and my vision to take Jesus to as many people as possible. You know, and I want you people to look at things from that perspective. You see, now we are talking about a woman called Hadassah. Hadassah, whom she had brought up because she had neither father nor mother. This young woman, who was also known as Esther, had a lovely figure and was beautiful. Mordecai had taken her as his own daughter. We are reading from Esther chapter 2, when, when her father and mother died. And if you're new to this channel, I say that it is our business to take Jesus to the nations. You know, equipping, take Jesus. When you think about the work of Jesus, there are so many people who need Jesus. 2 billion Indians need Jesus. Who will take the gospel to them? 2 billion Chinese need Jesus. You see, there's a lot of work for Jesus. And when you think about the kind of work that Jesus has placed in our hands, you will even thank me for letting you know. Jesus is big business. Okay? And there's a lot of work for those who are willing to work. You know, Jesus can take you. I want you guys to think in those terms. Okay? There's a lot of work. Okay? So when the king's order and edict, welcome Hunter to this channel, and I'm very happy that you're interested in reading the scripture. I said that we are not going to waste time. We are not going to be distracted. We are not going to be derailed. We are not going to be misdirected. We will do things. We will take the gospel to the world. You know, I was telling somebody that, you know, if you think in those, the importance of what I am doing, okay? If you see the importance, children need Jesus. You know, there's so many altars that we need to break down. And we can only break those altars if we introduce Jesus to schools. Kenya has a Bible. I will be a happy man. Are we together? If children are brought up in the ways that are pleasing to Christ, then I'm a happy man. But you see, people are looking at me as a person, but they're not listening to what I am trying to say. Are we together? That is my hope that, we take Jesus worldwide. Yes, we want to take Jesus worldwide. If you want to travel to all the continents, I say that if you want to travel to all the continents, to take Jesus to all the nations, you can imagine that's the big project, taking the gospel to the nations. Even Somalia, they need Jesus. So there's a lot of work. If you look at it from a bigger perspective, then you will understand where we are getting money, why we need many partners, why you should be part of this program, why your money is needed, because we want to take Jesus to the nations. Are we together? If you're new to this channel, it is my pleasure that you will join me. Okay? Let us continue. When the king's order and edict had been proclaimed, many young women were brought to the citadel of Susa and were put under the care of Hegai. Esther was also taken to the king's palace and entrusted to Hegai, who was in charge of the harem. She pleased him and won his favor. Immediately he provided her with beauty treatments and special food. He assigned her 7 female attendants selected from the king's palace and moved her and attendants into the best place in the harem. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Esther had not revealed her nationality and family background because Mordecai had forbidden her to do so. Every day he walked to and fro near the courtyard of the harem to find out how Esther was and what was happening to her. Before a young woman's turn came to go to the king, she had to complete 12 months of beauty treatment prescribed for women, 6 months with oil, and 6 with perfumes and cosmetics. You can imagine 1 year of being prepared. In the evening, she would go there, and in the morning return to another part of the harem to the care of the Shazgas, the king's eunuch who was in charge of the concubines. She would not return to the king unless he was pleased with her and summoned her by name. If you are new to this channel, subscribe and comment on the book of Esther, and I hope that you will take your time to read with us. When the time came for Esther, the young woman Mordecai had adopted, the daughter of his uncle Abihail, to go to the king. She asked for nothing other than what Hegai, the king's eunuch who was in the charge of the harem, suggested, and Esther won the favor of everyone who saw her. She was taken to the king in the royal residence in the 10th month, the month of Tebeth, in the 7th year of his reign. Oh, if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment, and I am more than happy to host you. I say that it is indeed a pleasure that you have decided to join me. I want to read very quickly before I go to sleep. Can we finish this book? Now, the king was attracted to Esther more than any of the other women, and she won his favor and approval more than any of the other virgins. So he set a royal crown on her head and made her queen instead of Vashti. And the king gave a great banquet, Esther's banquet, for all his nobles and officials. He proclaimed a holiday throughout the provinces and distributed gifts with royal liberty. If you're new to this channel, I'm very happy to host you. So Mordecai, when the virgins were assembled a second time, Mordecai was sitting at the king's gate. But Esther had kept secret her family background and nationality, just as Mordecai had told her to do. And she continued to follow Mordecai's instructions as she had done what he was bringing her up. During the time Mordecai was sitting at the king's gate, Bigthana and Teresh, two of the king's officers who had guarded the doorway, became angry and conspired to assassinate the king. But Mordecai found out about the plot and told Queen Esther, who was in turn reported it to the king, giving credit to Mordecai. And when the report was investigated and found to be true, the two officials were impaled on poles. All this was recorded in the book of the Annals in the presence of the king. Chapter 3. After these events, the king honored Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, elevating him and giving him a seat of honor higher than that of the other nobles. All the royal officials at the king's gate knelt down and paid honor to Haman, for the king had commanded this concerning him. But Mordecai would not kneel down or pay him honor. Then the royal officials at the king's gate asked Mordecai, "Why do you disobey the king's command?" Day after day they spoke to him, but he refused to comply. Therefore they told Haman about it, to see whether Mordecai's behavior would be tolerated. For he had told them he was a Jew. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. I will be more than happy to host you. In the 12th year of the king, in the first month, in the month of Nisan, there was a lot was cast in the presence of Haman to select, and the lot fell on the 12th month, the month of Adar. And Haman said to the king, "There is a certain people dispersed among the people in the provinces of your kingdom, who kept themselves separate. Their customs are different from those of other people, and they do not obey the king's laws. It is not in the king's best interest to tolerate them. If it pleases the king, let a decree be issued to destroy them. And I will give 10,000 talents of silver to the king's administrators for the royal treasury." So the king took his signet ring from his finger and gave it to Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the enemy of the Jews. "Keep the money," the king said to Haman, "and do with the people as you please." If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment.